Well, after our disappointing exit from the Champions League in the last match against Bayern Munich, there's only one way for us to make ourselves feel better. Win the Premier League, of course. Hello and welcome back to Unemployed to Legend Club 4, episode 17 with Liverpool. My name is Craig and coming up on today's episode, as many games as is needed to secure the Premier League title at the end of what is, I think, season 10. And hopefully it won't be too many games, preferably just one, because obviously we haven't played any games since that defeat against Bayern Munich. Still such a wimpy way to go out. I mean, no goals across two legs, but to just go out to 1-0 when Bayern Munich just defended so late on. I mean, it's expected of them, but still kind of crushing. I mean, it's softened a little bit by the fact that Juventus did turn around that deficit against Roma, so it will be Bayern Munich versus Juventus in the Champions League final. I can kind of live with that a little bit, but it feels like the English dominance in certainly the Champions League has not materialised in this save, which is probably a good thing to an extent, because at least it won't just be the English teams that we have to worry about, and they're usually some of the strongest around. But of course, from this schedule, you can see that we have 3 games left against Leicester, Everton and Brentford. It's all Premier League for the rest of the season. We don't have to worry about the Champions League now. That will be next season when we will go again. So hopefully we'll be able to secure the title against Leicester today, depending obviously on what Arsenal do. Forget the fact Man City are in second. They've got 1 game left and they're 7 points behind us. It's all about just beating Arsenal to it now. Realistically, we should. Arsenal have 3 games left, 9 points behind us. Obviously only 9 points to play for, so it would take a massive goal difference swing, for the situation to completely reverse. Luckily though, in fact, we are playing Leicester today, so Arsenal have Tottenham in the North London derby. Oh god. Could I bring myself, as an Arsenal fan myself, could I bring myself to hope for a result by Tottenham? It might be asking a bit much. Tottenham are mid-table in the league. If anything, actually, Tottenham don't even need to win. Arsenal just need to draw, basically just not win. That's all Arsenal need to do for us to lift the title. Regardless, let's just focus on ourselves and see exactly what we can do against Leicester. Realistically, we should be winning, but we'll see how the squad is feeling after that loss against Bayern Munich. So the starting 11 for this match is going to be Lotka in goal, a back four Saravia, Borja, Diaz and Simon-Yuntak, with Stingle at the base of the midfield. Trent Alexander-Arnold in the box-to-box midfielder role alongside Sestari. When was the last time we saw Sestari, by the way? The man has been playing very well. He's played over half the Premier League games this season and has got an average rating of 7.18. A lot of goals and assists for a 19-year-old wonder kid. Yes, I know he is a wonder kid. Big things are expected of him. But now he's also capped by the Italian national team. I don't think I mentioned that at all. He is now officially capped. Alongside Marcus Stingle, who's been capped for Germany, we've got some good young players in this squad. Charles de Ketelaere in attacking midfield with Ross and Luis Carlos up front. Of course, Anderson Luiz, as I mentioned in the last episode, he is out for 4 to 7 months with cruciate ligament damage, which is a shame. We won't see him until next season. So for now, it's up to CDK and Diogo Migliorini, who is our other young attacking midfielder, to step up and make sure that they are effective in that position. Right. I was about to say Filbert Street is the location. No, it's not. It's the King Power Stadium, which is hopefully the scene of where we will win the title. If we do win it here, I'm not even sure we will see the trophy celebration, just because we're away from home and there's still 2 games to go. I think our last home match of the season is at home. It is against Brentford on the final day of the season. So hopefully, even if we win it here, we'll hopefully see a trophy lift on the last day of the season. It's going to be against a team that's already relegated, so hopefully they'll just be feeling down and just have absolutely no hope of winning to try and win that match, and they'll just allow themselves to get slapped by us. But for now, let's just make sure we do the business against Leicester. The game in between, oh, that's just wide by Borja. The game in between the Leicester and Brentford game, because we've got 3 games left, is against Everton. It's almost like last season all over again. We had Everton and Leicester in the final 2 games of the season. This time around, they're the third and second last games of the season. I don't know if that's just pure coincidence or if the FA just decides to make Leicester and Everton want to punish us so badly. Everton did beat us last season actually at Goodison Park. Not Goodison Park, it's Bramley Moors Dock. I keep forgetting we're so far in the future. But they did beat us in that second to last game last season, which only thankfully delayed us in winning the title. And at the moment, 0-0 at half time, which is good enough technically. Hang on, I want you to play for the fans despite the fact our goal difference means that the title should be ours even if we lose. Well, you know what? I've already clicked it, so we're just going to have to get on with that. But yes, a draw is good enough to win the title. Preferably I'd like to win, at least it'll be a bit more convincing. Otherwise it's just kind of anticlimactic, you know. Cleared by Borja. And, oh my god, I don't know who had that shot. Was that Darwin Núñez? How did this man end up at Leicester? Good grief. Right. Let's encourage the lads a little bit more. What we are going to do, it's been almost an hour and nothing is happening up front. So Ronaldo is, actually no, hang on. No, I'm going to try something else. Ross is going to come off. Luis Carlos is going to go as the advanced forward. Tabar can go as the deep line forward. Adam Wharton, actually I've just seen Sestari's on the yellow cards. Let's have a look. Samuel Ricky, not Samuel. Samuel Ricky is going to come on as the central midfielder. Hopefully just inject a bit of life into this midfield, because it's looking a little bit lifeless at the moment. Arsenal are winning 2-0 against Tottenham, by the way, so same old Tottenham forever bottling. Siman into Tobar, and Tobar has it in the back of the net. I don't know if that is offside though. I did notice him just getting ahead. Be a bit lenient with us, ref. Come on, we want to win the title. No, it's been disallowed. Ah, for goodness sake. Goals have kind of dried up a little bit in the last few games. I say that, we slapped Palace in the last league game 5-0. But we haven't scored in 2 of the last 3 games, and to top it all off, we haven't scored in 72 minutes of this match either. We've got 3 more substitutes. Siman is tired. Trent is going to go to right back, and Adam Wharton is going to go as the box-to-box. Lavia has not been on form recently either himself. And Katinic will go in place of Stingel, and we'll save the last substitution just until the end. Right now there's no point completely bombing it forward if we can help it. Oh, Saravia, you had time, man. You could have just taken your time with that ball. Borja cleans up very nicely. Well done. Wharton. Claim that. Tabar. Into Carlos. And Carlos, he's onside there. I'm convinced he's onside. No egg on my face, hopefully, after that statement. But I think he's onside. Yes, he is. It is a goal. 1-0. And hopefully the title-winning goal. Hopefully to bring back-to-back Premier League titles for us. To be honest with you, I didn't think that we would actually be winning the title twice. I was thinking more along the lines of get the Premier League title, get the Champions League, in and out, effectively. But you know what? 2 Premier League titles, that's a lot better than I actually had any right to expect. Certainly in the 2 seasons that we've been having here at Liverpool. You know what? Saravia is going to go off for Manuel Silva. I say that purely because the Premier League is so competitive. It is stupidly hard to win this league at times. But thankfully, we seem to have walked it for the most part. I say that. I don't know why I'm saying that actually when we're 1-0 up against Leicester City. We're going to go to balance. And they get a free kick. Of course they do. I mean, still a draw I know is still good enough, thankfully. But obviously, like I said, we would like to win. It's much more convincing. Right, just get rid of this, Lodko. Get rid of it. Okay, I'll allow it. It actually works this time. Tobar, down the right hand side. Plays it back to TAA. Must be feeling knackered. I can't remember the last time he played 90 minutes. TAA still down the right hand side. Oh, ref, he's been hacked. Get him off. Get him off. Come on. Get Burton off the pitch. TAA has been the victim of assault there, man. Honestly. A few seconds to go. I think, do we have a corner? Updates? Yep, thank you. We have a corner. A second goal here will be a nice little cushion for us to win the title. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be seeing the title celebration here. I'll be amazed if we do. If we do, then we'll just go straight to the season review after the final couple of games. TAA, come on, man. Take the corner. Thank you. And it has just been cleared. And we have indeed sealed the title. That is a very impressive second back-to-back league championship. What, nothing about celebrating the title? Why? What happened there? We're going to wait for confirmation to make sure that we've actually got this. I mean, we were 9 points clear. Yeah, there you go. We're still 9 points clear, but only with 2 games to go. Arsenal did beat Tottenham 2-0. That's good news, I suppose. I mean, a North London derby win is always helpful. And there it is, the confirmation. We have clinched our second straight Premier League title. We've completed the quadruple. Blimey, what have we done? English... Oh yeah, the Premier League, Carabao Cup, Super Cup and the Community Shield. They still count the Community Shield. Fair enough, I'll roll with that. We've won the Premier League 1 year ahead of schedule. Lovely, lovely stuff. Well, we did that actually last season, so it was 2 years ahead of schedule. Same for the supporters. Fair enough. Oh, Walsh, one of the top English managers. Oh, hello. State my claim as one of the most successful English managers by winning the Premier League, boasting a record that is comparable to the greatest. Hang on. Are we in the Hall of Fame? We're in the top 10 for English Hall of Fame. We've beaten Stan Cullis and we're now into 9th place. Who's up next? Don Revie. So if we do win another trophy next season, we will theoretically go ahead of Don Revie, possibly ahead of Bill Nicholson. Do you know what? I think that's the first time I've ever made it into the Hall of Fame. I'm really happy with that. That's a good step to becoming a legend, I guess. We'll see if we can make that even better come next season, when of course we will be challenging, hopefully, for the Champions League trophy. Right, we will come back, most likely at the end of the Brentford game, because that's most likely when the trophy lift is going to be. Then we'll do the season review and just wrap up this entire season. So the last few minutes of the final match of the season, 6-0 up against Brentford. All the damage was done in the second half, and Charles de Ketelaere has just put the icing on the cake. 7-0. We are playing like champions. CDK only came on like about 15 minutes ago. Migliorini has actually been playing ahead of him, and he's bagged 2 goals today. Luis Carlos has bagged a hat-trick, and Matthias Tobar bagged the other one as well. Just for the final time this season, we're just going to waste a bit of time. There's only 2 minutes of injury time, and then we shall lift. Where's the trophy lift? Oh, well, it didn't happen after the Everton game either. So, the game glitched out. Oh, fantastic. I mean, luckily we've seen it before, but it doesn't even mention about us being champions. Well, that's kind of pointless. Well, was there really a need for us to come back for that? Doesn't matter. We finish a whopping 12 points ahead of Arsenal. Arsenal, I think, did lose their last game of the season, which was against Aston Villa the day before. So to dominate this league by 12 points is a big, big statement. Now, £38.62 million for finishing in first. I don't know what that actually does to the finances. We will check that in a moment, because we have also had the budgets already. We got that after we already confirmed Champions League football, and that means we only have about £36.5 million to spend, because we're still £200 million in debt. Oh my god, what is wrong with this club? What is wrong with the finances? The projections are not as bad as they were initially. I think we're still set to pass. Yeah, we're set to pass FFP. That's absolutely fine. Debt-wise, 350 million in debt. We've only 111 million transfer debt. Most of that, in fact, all of that is me, actually. But still, yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, the transfer budget the following season, the minimum guaranteed amount is even lower, £18.2 million. Methinks we're going to have to do some selling this summer we might have to sell one or two big players in order for us to get in some fresher talent, and not just fresher talent but also younger potential as well. Obviously we want to add to the likes of Migliorini, the likes of Uran, the likes of Sestari, who have been fantastic performers for us this season. So Marcel Lotka has won the Golden Glove for the Premier League. 19 clean sheets in his 34 appearances, that's fantastic. For a world-class goalkeeper who's 30 years old, that is very, very impressive. Actually, who was the top scorer, or dare I ask? Am I thinking rightly it was Haaland? Of course it was Erling Haaland, 36 goals. I mean, can we buy him? When's his contract run out? I mean, his contract runs out in 2 years. Would Man City be tempted to sell? That's disgusting. 36 goals in 32 league appearances. The man is filth. Then again, we beat him in Europe, but still. Oh God, all of it. This is why we're in debt. Oh, 204 million debt. This is why we're in debt. All the bonuses for the players. We need to get some of these players off the books. CDK for 700,000 after 10 league games. Marcel Lotka, Bezerra, Lavia. Oh my God, Team of the Year bonus 2.1k. Oh, sorry, 2.1 million pounds for Marcel Lotka. He's a goalkeeper. I didn't think he'd actually be getting in. Now I know exactly where the money's coming from. Right, 1 or 2 big sales coming up this summer. And thankfully we didn't have to wait long for the season review. You can see 4 trophies, well 3 trophies plus the Community Shields. I mean, who counts the Community Shield as an actual trophy? We'll be in that in next season as well. So effectively will be the end of pre-season for us. Marcel Lotka is indeed signing of the season apparently. I mean, I would have given it to Sestari personally, but then I'm biased because I've seen Sestari play and he is a fantastic young player. 19-year-old wonder kid, we'll be seeing more of him next season. Even the board were very happy with him. Diaz was okay. He did better than expected actually for a squad player. Simanyuntak, I would probably have expected better from someone who cost £147 million, but 12 assists from right back. That's where he's been playing the whole season. That is absolutely fantastic. Jovanovic was causing problems all season, but we'll see him more next season hopefully. Premier League, we were expected to qualify for the Champions League. We finished first. Back-to-back champions, very nice. We may be in financial ruin, but we've done it by becoming Premier League champions. The board are pleased that we won the Premier League, of course. Top goal scorer for us was Charlie Ross on 14 goals. Not bad. Hull, Palace and Brentford go down. Southampton, Chelsea and Leeds are 7th, 6th and 5th respectively. And then West Ham are legit 4th place. This season, Man City, Arsenal and us are in Champions League. In fact, actually, does 5th place also get Champions League? No, apparently not. Fair enough. Right, moments to remember. We smashed Leeds 8-1. Very nice. Beat Atletico Madrid 4-2 and beat Man City 3-1 away from home. That was the moment I realised we were better than everyone in the Premier League. Still worldwide reputation, 4.5 stars. No new sponsorships at all this season. That's a bit of a worry. Broadcast revenue's down. Interesting. It's down £15 million as well. We could probably have done with that. Sponsorship is up. Probably the Champions League helped with that as well. Competition prize money, dear God, over £100 million. That's definitely Champions League. And the matchday commercial is up slightly, as is the corporate and hospitality. TAA, top shirt seller for us this season. That probably won't last very long. He's considering his options at the end of his contract, which is the end of next season. Luis Carlos, Ross, Anderson Luiz and Charles de Ketelaere. Yeah, I fully agree. All 5 of those are fan favourites, fair enough. And the best 11 for us this season: Lotka in goal, back four Saravia, Bezerra, Borja, Simanyuntak, Stingel at the base in midfield, Lavia and Ferrer in central midfield. I've probably gone with Ricky ahead of Ferrer. CDK in attacking midfield, Charlie Ross and Ronaldo up front. I'd probably gone Luis Carlos ahead of Ronaldo, but Ronaldo was so good towards the end of the season. In fact, top goal scorer all season was Charlie Ross, just about from Ronaldo, 24 and 22 goals. That is very impressive. CDK, 16 goals himself. He's got more goals than assists. I originally brought him in to actually be a bit more of an assist maker, but hey, if he's banging in the goals as well, you're not going to hear any complaints out of me. Ferrer is actually the top assist maker. Interesting. I would have thought it would have been Samuel Vicky. Now then again, this is just the best 11, isn't it? So might not necessarily be the highest assist maker. Charlie Ross is easily the top goal scorer. Most goals by a player in the match is Ronaldo with 4. Axel Ferrer, 16 assists in the entire season. He's probably the biggest assist maker then. Whew. Premier League, Carabao Cup, UEFA Super Cup and the English Community Shield. Jeez, yeah, we ran all the way to the title, literally. We dominated 12 points. We finished ahead of everyone else. That's insane. And we gained 6.4 million followers on social media. Very nice. That's what it's all about. All the engagement. 18% increase in fair weather fans and a loss in family. That sucks. 6% loss in hardcore. That's probably because of the fair weather fans coming in. Club vision for next season. Let's have a look. The standard stuff for the broad culture. Maximum 1 year contracts, 2 years, etc. Grow the club's reputation. I don't see how that's down to me. That's down to the board. And then apparently win the Premier League. Seriously, is that it? I actually thought there was something else. Hold up. I thought there was something else. Oh, here we go. Challenge for the Champions League. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so where are they actually expecting us to finish? I reckon that's probably semi-finals at least, and then challenge for the Premier League title, which realistically we should be. And then win the Premier League. I mean, we've won it twice already, so I said it last season. We are looking for the Champions League next season. Winning the Premier League back-to-back is a fantastic achievement. Right, what were you saying to the players? I'm not trying to qualify. Let's have a look. Won't accept anything less than actually winning the Premier League. No, fair enough. We also did better than expected in the Champions League, so next season I'll be aiming to win it. Well, I said the final. That's absolutely fine. Yep, promises, etc, etc. Yeah, we'll sort everything out after they come back from pre-season. Training camp wise, we'll go to the United States because why not? A trip to America is always welcome. Louis Carlos is in the team of the week after his hat-trick. And I think that's it actually until next season. Of course, next episode then will be all the transfers and the first game of the new season. In terms of transfers, what I'll be looking for, sell on effectively 1 or 2 players plus a few fringe players who don't need to be here anymore. In particular, players who are on stupidly high wages because, oh my gosh, how many players have we got over 100,000? We've got 15 players who are on basic wages of over 100,000. Incredibly stupid. We need to trim some of that down. Trent Alexander-Arnold is one. Axel Ferrer maybe, or Samuel Vicky. Probably Samuel Vicky. He's the eldest of the two. Got some thinking about who to move on. Chances are we'll be seeing some younger players, hopefully, coming in as well over the summer. If you have enjoyed this episode and if you have enjoyed this season with us being back-to-back Premier League champions, make sure that you hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button so you don't miss what will hopefully be a successful Champions League campaign next season. We came close this season. Next year, we have to go and win the whole thing. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for your support on the series so far, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.